Let's take a look at Google Cloud's cloud workstations. I'm a huge fan of cloud-based development environments because they solve a lot of problems, like having a pre-made environment that's ready to go and helps you build in a more productive manner. So let's go ahead and get started here and take a look at what are the core features. The first thing is you'll need to create a workstation, and you also need to have a cluster. So I've already created a cluster here. You can take a look at this. It's ready to go, this test cluster. And now I can go ahead and create a workstation. So I'm going to go ahead and say create configuration here, and then I'm going to use the cluster I'd set up before. And I also want to have a fast workup start here, or a workstation startup here. So I'm going to go ahead and say create. And then now what it's going to do is it's going to build a workstation in the cloud. All right, so we're ready to go here. I'm going to go ahead and select launch. And from here, you can see that I've got this cloud-based development environment. Pretty nice here that I can actually go in, launch a new terminal, and we're good to go. I like to do dark, high contrast. This is one of my favorite work environments. And let's go ahead and kick the tires here. So if I go ahead and I say Python, what do we got? Oh, Python's not found. So it looks like in order to get started, I might need to read up on how to install things here. And in particular, what do we got? We have cloud code here, open up walkthrough. And so you can see here, these are the different components of the ecosystem. We've got Kubernetes, Cloud Run, Cloud APIs, Compute Engine, change settings as well. I can go through here and I can change different configuration options. And if I look at the Compute Engine, you can configure that. There's a secret manager. There's cloud APIs, which is definitely pretty interesting here to be able to play around with it. Now, if I wanted to use Python, they're telling me to do this. So if I went through and I did this, would it actually work? And I believe it's not going to because I don't see Python installed. I may need to do an apt-get install Python in order to get something working. So I don't see that yet. And if I go to settings here, it looks like there's some settings as well. So probably what I would do is say sudo apt get install Python and see what happens. It says Python is Python 2 instead of Python. Yeah, I don't want that. What I most likely would want is Python 3. There we go. This looks good. Perfect. So it looks like that solved that problem, or at least Python 3. And now if I wanted to create a virtual environment, Python 3-mvenv, does this work? It appears like it does. So I could also go through here and I could edit my bashrc file. And do this. Add this in, so source bin activate. There we go, sourcing. And if I just open up a new shell here, we're able to get this thing working. There we go. So now I should be able to start doing things. Pip install IPython, for example. Looks like that works. And I could also upgrade pip. I could do all kinds of things here by playing around in this environment. So it looks like a good start here. I don't know what the future will hold, but I definitely am a fan of these cloud-based development environments, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes.